Howdy. I finally found it. And the thing I mentioned in the earlier video about the Kalevala, and it's about the.
And it's yellow. It turned red. Maybe it's crimson red. But I will talk about the crimson red in the next video because I think it's very interesting. I found again something in the Kalevala.
Yes, and I really found it. So this is once again from universaltheosophy.com, which is a very, very long text. So it's rather hard to. There's no pages or whatsoever. There's just a huge amount of text. But anyway, that's the part where I found it. Again. In course of time, however, when the Finns came to have more purified ideas about religion, they called the sky Taivas and the sky god Ukko. The word Ukko seems related to the Magyar ag, old, and meant therefore an old being, a grandfather. But ultimately it came to be used exclusively as the name of the highest of the Finnish deities. Frost, snow, hail, ice, wind and rain, sunshine and shadow are thought to come from the hands of Ukko. He controls the clouds. He is called in the Kalevala the leader of the clouds, the shepherd of the lamb clouds, the god of breezes, the golden king, the silvern ruler of the air, and the father of the heavens. He wields the thunderbolts, striking down the spirits of evil on the mountains, and is therefore termed the Thunderer, like the Greek Zeus. His abode is called the Thunder Home. Ukko is often represented as sitting upon a cloud in the vault of the sky and bearing on his shoulders the firmament, and therefore he is termed the pivot of the heavens. He is armed as an omnipotent warrior. His fiery arrows are forged from copper. The lightning is his sword, and the rainbow his bow, still called Ukkon kaari. Kaari means bow, basically. No, it's like a bend. A bend in the road is also kaari, or if like it's just this kind of bend or bow, and this rainbow because it's bent. Well, anyway, like the German god Thor, Ukko swings a hammer, and German god, Thor. Isn't that Norway? Anyway, Ukko swings a hammer, and finally we find, in a vein of familiar symbolism, that his skirt sparkles with fire, that his stockings are blue, and his shoes crimson colored. So now let me try to explain why I find this very interesting. Let me draw something. Stockings, which we probably have to assume is something like the middle part. And the skirt sparks white fire. Maybe I have to put it with fire. Okay. So the middle part is blue. The upper part, let's say it's yellow. And I don't have really any concept. Wrong again. Bear with me. So now I figured out to push the pause button and draw my very sophisticated picture. Let's just assume that the fire is yellow. The stockings are blue. And his shoes crimson colored. And as I read this, I got intrigued by, first of all, that they mentioned different kinds of colors, and also this crimson color. So I went to check it out. Crimson color. Crimson is a rich, deep red color inclining to purple. It originally meant the color of the kermes dye produced from a scale insect, Kermes vermillo. But the name is now sometimes also used as a generic term for slightly bluish red colors that are between red and rose. It's the national color of Nepal. So now, I just pinned this to the screen in order to make some little comparison. The picture here is already some weeks old, as I have been at Outokumpu at the copper ore mine. And I noticed these red rocks. And as you can see here in the picture, we are really basically at the bottom of the whole thing. So these are rather deep rocks, or how to put it. The actual mining site, or the kumpu, which means like little mountain or something, hill, is a little bit to the right here. And I just want to make some comparison of the colors. And maybe you could call this color of the rock crimson red, since there are, as you can see here on the right, here, only by this we have already two different kinds of crimson reds. Yeah, that's the mound in the background. And if you watch to the other side, we have again these red colored rocks, which are in a way rather crimson colored. So now back at the text. That his skirt sparkles with fire, that his stockings are blue, and his shoes crimson colored. Actually, we could go we could go quickly back to the earlier video I made today. Microwaving stones, and we are less than maybe 30 seconds or something within microwaving. So here we would have something blue. The stockings were bluish in color, and the shoes were crimson. They were red. This is copper ore, and we find two colors. The crimson red, which is at the bottom, which is as you have seen, the bedrock itself. It's crimson red. On top of the bedrock, in this case, we have maybe the blue stockings, because if sulfur burns, it has a bluish flame, or a blue flame. And in other experiments, I created a skirt of fire. So we would have the blue flames here in the middle. Maybe I take a lighter blue. The blue flames here in the middle, and the stone below is gonna be crimson red afterwards. The shoes are crimson red, the stockings are blue, and the skirt sparks with fire. It seems to me that the arrangement of the colors and the colors themselves could maybe indicate some kind of an electric discharge phenomena. Anthropomorphized, personified. It's an ancient tale. They are telling the things which were happening by using things people can grasp. So this is basically the whole thing. And also like the crimson red, they are mentioning crimson red, which is very red in its own way. Like the rocks are after they have been in the microwave. Or the rocks, the bedrocks at the Outokumpu copper mine. And this is what I meant in my earlier video. I don't know if you get anything out of what I've tried to explain with those very sketchy videos. But anyway, it took me a very long time now to get exactly that discharge event here. The skirt, because it's very quickly happening. Maybe we just should watch it. Anyway, thank you